If you're planning on buying a plot in Bengaluru, you can do so now with relative peace of mind. The rising number of cases of developers delivering plots without completing planned infrastructure has made the government take a tough stand on the issue. They have passed a mandate that approvals will be given out to developers only when every aspect of a project has been completed. Lakshmi Sivadas reports.
10 years ago, things were going very well for Ravi Shetty. He had just become the proud owner of a 30 by 50 site sold by a private developer in Bengaluru, and he was planning to build his dream home there. Unfortunately for him, his joy didn't last long. Not only was there no development taking place on the layout, the developer had also taken a 1,50,000 rupee booking amount from him and then was found absconding.
A lot of people have put their hard-earned money. So in our group, there are few retired people who has put their PF money to book a plot. There was no communication from the developer that the land is ready for registration, and even whenever I go in the direction, I see that nothing was happening in that layout. So that's how even I got a doubt that the builder might be cheating me. So, and again, when I checked in Google, I found that there were many cases on this developer, and there were a lot of non-bailable warrants.
Ravi is still fighting it out in court to get back what's due to him. Land scam victims like Ravi is a reason why the state government has taken a tough stand against fraudulent developers who sell plots and sites in the city and dupe consumers. Highly placed sources within the government have told NDTV that a new ruling to be notified soon will give home buyers a guarantee for their purchases against such fraudulent cases. The order passed by the state legislature says that all private developers who develop layouts in the city will receive approvals to sell plots only after the entire layout infrastructure is put in place as per the plan. This is expected to usher in transparency into the market.
Transparency's perspective, from a home buyer perspective, it is going to make it that much more easier. Like I said, all the layouts were sold based on brochures. Today now the home buyer will go there, actually physically see the infrastructure, and that's when he's going to buy. Until such time, the government will not allow the transfer of property. From a developer perspective, it is going to cause some amount of impact, primarily from a financial standpoint.
Previously, all local planning authorities and urban local bodies used to first give approvals to developers and then release land for development in a 40-30-30 ratio. What this meant was that the developer would immediately work on 40% of the land right after approval and mobilize funds for the rest of the development. However, with the new ruling, the government will not release any land for sale unless all infrastructure is in place. Developers say that this will not only affect cash flow for those who don't have access to capital, but it will also increase costs to home buyers.
So-called developer would go and do a joint development with that landlord by paying 5% of the land cost or 10% of the estimated land value, and then look for the cash flow from customers' money and then develop it and pass it on. Now that's not going to happen. If you're going to do 100 crore rupees land, and then probably the development cost is also around 100 crore rupees or 75 crore rupees or whatever, you need to have that in your pocket on day one. That means otherwise you cannot even enter into this play. Somewhere somebody has to pay for it, and the customer has to pay for it. So if it is 2,000 rupees plot, it is selling at 3,000 rupees. If 3,000 is selling at 4,000. So that's 25% to 33%, 35%, and that's what I expect it to go up.
The new ruling is expected to weed out disorganized and non-serious players from the sector. The government is awaiting the governor's consent to issue the final notification. The final order is expected to come out in the next 3 to 4 weeks. From Bengaluru, with camera person Kumar, Lakshmi Sivadas for NDTV.